Well, hello and welcome to Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy. I am Sandy Sanders. I am your host and creator of Book Talks with Sandy. It is our platform for authors, anthology book projects, and most of all, I say that it is for you. Why do I say that? Because you just might be looking for a good book to read. Well, tonight we are continuing our conversation. Y'all know I've been hosting and talking and interviewing for a minute, and I feel like I'm running and I'm out of breath. But hey, come on and join us. I want you to go ahead and put in some names in chat. Share. I want you to share this out as I tell you that you are leaders of leaders, coaches of coaches, and you've got a tribe. And we certainly want you all to participate and come and support these phenomenal women. Yes, we've got another round of Ladies in Tech. These ladies are the participants and contributing authors of the book that is called Ladies in Tech, Changing the Face of Technology. We are in part 4 for another round of great conversation and for you all, the audience, to get to know these amazing ladies. The contributing authors are, as I mentioned, a part of this book. The visionary author is none other than Kenyatta Powers Rucker, and we know her to be amazing in this field of technology. But I want to just go ahead before I begin to share with you who our visionary author is of this book project. I've got these ladies here sharing an evening with me. And so, hi, ladies, how are you?
Hi, Sandy.
Hi, pleasure to
Hi.
be here.
Yes,
I
definitely
am
excited to be
very
here.
happy for you to be here as well. I'm going to bring you a little bit closer so I can see and our audience can see. I'm going to shift my screen. There we go. There we go. So I am very excited to have you here. It is, I know you all are excited. You've been on tour and sharing about this book. Who was in volume 1? Okay, so all of you all are in volume 2.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, volume 1, yes. Let's go ahead before we begin to talk about the book. I want each of you to go ahead and just introduce yourselves. Thank you, Brenda. Brenda is in our audience. I do want to say hello to our YouTube channel, as well as those that are watching us on our Facebook page, and to let each of you know that we are powered by the CTR Media Network that is founded by the founder, Dr. Tina J. Ramsey. And we'll be talking more about the CTR Media Network shortly. But come on, Becky, say hello to us and just introduce yourself.
Greetings, salutations, world. Audrey Becky Chambers Robinson. I'm the founder, president, and CEO of Anomal Healthcare Concepts. And it's a pleasure for me to be here. And we are a healthcare IT company. So excited, super excited to interject on this wonderful, glorious project. What a pleasure, Sandy. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And Jehnae Jasmine Linkins, if you will, come on and say hello to us.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Jehnae Jasmine Linkins. I'm a proud graduate of the Lincoln University, the first degree granting historically Black college and university. It's Black History Month, so I got to shout them out. And also, I'm a PhD candidate in mechanical engineering at the University of Maryland at College Park. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. I'm very excited to have you here. I can't wait to learn more about you. And we have Mary Austin. Mary, come on and say hello to us.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Miss Sandy. Thank you for having me. Yes, I'm a proud HBCU grad. Went to Kentucky State for my computer science and got my MBA from Georgia State University in Georgia. Currently, head of technology strategy at Citibank in Dallas, Texas. So I'm excited to be here and excited to talk about this book and this project.
Yes, same here. I'm very excited to have you here. And you all know this is not Naomi Campbell sitting up here. I tell you, her picture looks just like Naomi Campbell. Pamela, if you will. Pamela, I want to make sure I can pronounce your name correctly. It is Anoliefo. I just totally got it wrong.
Well, it's Anoliefo.
Anoliefo. Okay.
Yes. So,
Okay.
hi everyone. My name is Pamela Anoliefo. I'm popularly known as Coach Pam. And what I do is I guide aspiring tech professionals in acquiring essential hands on technical skills that expedite their learning and skill development, enabling them to secure rewarding careers in tech and start earning high paying salaries. My areas of expertise are in agile project management and business analysis. I am the founder of Redlocks Consulting, a trading company in Canada. And I was recently named one of Canada's top 100 Black women to watch in 2023. And I'm really excited to be on this book with amazing ladies in tech.
Yes, I'm telling you, it is amazing. So, those of you that are tuning in and in our audience, just want to give you a glimpse of this amazing book that we are talking about. The ladies have been on tour. The book is called Ladies in Tech, Changing the Face of Technology. This is volume 1. That is, the visionary is none other than Kenyatta Powers Rucker. Kenyatta, she is known as the lady in tech. There she is. She is the Chief Informational Officer, CIO. She has 25 years of technology and leadership experience. She is a leadership coach, keynote speaker, 5-time best-selling author, and she's a #1 visionary author as well from volume 1, Ladies in Tech book. And then we have her award that she received of 2021 and that is the technically CTO of the year. She's been featured in several articles and magazines and a finalist in Women in Tech Leadership Awards. What we are going to do is hear from these phenomenal women tonight. They, as again I mentioned, they've been on tour. They've got the summit coming up, the bestseller campaign. And the goal is that all of the ladies will be joining me at the table in March, and we'll be sharing more about that leading up to the bestseller campaign as well as the summit that will be held in Maryland. What I would like to do is let's hear from CTR Media Network, who we are powered by. And we'd like to say hello to Jehnae Adams, who is in here supporting Jehnae. Thank you so much. And if you will, go ahead and share it out with some people that you know that we can bring on in this conversation. Okay. So listen, if you will, just stay tuned and we will hear from CTR Media Network.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.
Yes, CTR Media Network. If you would like to be a guest on the Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy platform, just simply go to www.ctrmedianetwork.com, go to the list of podcasters and find Coffee Conversation, and we would love to have you as a guest with us. Well, tonight, those of you that are joining, we are in part 4 of our conversation and the tour, the author tour for the ladies that are a part of this book that we know is going to be a #1 bestseller as well. The Ladies in Tech, Changing the Face of Technology. And I would like to go ahead and start with Becky. And Becky, if you will, share a little bit about what was attractive about this particular project. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do. And what is it about changing the face of technology that attracted you?
You're mute.
What attracted me the most about this project, Sandy, is there's so many wonderful and brilliant women in the tech space that don't get the attraction that they need. And I wanted to be a part of this shift, this big shift to be able to exhibit that. I've been in that profession for many, many years. very well known in the industry, and sometimes staying in the background. And I'm at the brink of height of my career and business journey into the technology space. And I'm also a serial entrepreneur. So for me, it's very important for people to see people that look like me, women in leadership, and to give them that inspiration coming from where I came from the STEM arena as a research scientist, and crossing over into tech and doing wonderful things around the country with optimizing healthcare technology and healthcare systems as we save lives every day. So it's very important to highlight, in particular with the COVID pandemic that's still existing and growing, that technology saved so many lives during the pandemic, healthcare technology in particular. And I want to be a voice for that movement, for the clinical leaders and also for the business leaders in the healthcare space, so we can attract more and more brilliant people to the healthcare tech space. That's one of the main reasons why I stepped up, so I could inspire and give back. I want to give back and mentor more people to move forward with their tech careers.
Absolutely. And I grabbed the word that you mentioned and that you said that you recognize the shift.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to kind of unpack that because some of the other interviews that we've had with some of the other authors, and one of the things Kenyatta and she pointed out is that she had a young lady who's entered into the technical field, in the tech field, and seeing women and women of color appear to be the norm for her, not knowing that, there had to be some glass ceilings that had to be broken. Maybe, and I've learned that in this industry, it is dominated, and we'll look at some of the numbers by your male counterparts. And so being a woman of color and then being educated and knowing that you have a place at the table and then have a voice and you have the knowledge that, and you talked about the shift. Listen, you've got my, as they say, the hair standing up on my head. Yes. Indeed. So thank you and welcome to the table. Looking forward to hearing more from you in this conversation. I'm going to go ahead and go over to Jehnae, if she will come on and just say hello to us. And again, what attracted you to this book project?
Yes, thank you. So you did talk about book one when we first started. One of my mentors down at the Patuxent River Naval Air Station where we work is Maria Thorpe, and she was one of the authors. You're right, in book one. Yeah. And so, we both work down there, and, she's one of the people who mentored me, one of the, many Black women down there. It's not a lot of them, but so when you do meet, you have to stick to them and tag to them, make sure, you're learning from them. So, she really was like a key player in this and me joining in for book two. I felt like for me, I always say I need to be the change that I want to see. So not only, I'm an engineer, I'm a, Black beauty pageant queen. I do all these things because I just want, to show other little girls coming behind me, this is where you want it. If this is where you want to be, you have to do that. And with that, also just being able to inspire, young women. I taught high school at Westlake High School in Waldorf, Maryland. And so I was one of my students' first Black science teacher. And so that was really probably really cool for me because I'm just oh my God, there's more of us out here.
You're a science teacher.
Yeah.
That was really,
Right. And they're you're cool. You're not one of the, I had weird science teachers, whatever.
The little old ladies with the glasses on, or the guys with the stiff shirt on. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's it really resonated with me because I look like them. I talk like that. Well, not necessarily talk like them, but I was still close in age range enough that we were able to communicate. And even just that was an experience in itself, just being able to work with young high schoolers and being able to transition my knowledge and thinking and how I'm teaching into how they learn. Miss Becky said, COVID really was a game changer, and even even teaching during COVID, I had to figure it out and change, because students learn differently, and it was a really eye-opening experience. So that sounds I need to stick in this realm and just be able to, be an inspiration to others and be that change that I want to see. So
I got myself on mute here, but absolutely. I love how you said to bring the change, being the change. You also, just like Becky said, to motivate, and then you said inspire. young girls. Young girls. We've been talking about that seems to be the common thread in all of the conversations, the interviews when I interview you all. And you're so amazing. I just honor you. And I feel very honored to have the privilege of interviewing you. Next, as we have Pamela, Coach Pam, going to have you to come on, and then Mary, we're going to end this part, and then we're going to talk about what's going to be happening, what you would like for your reader to walk away with after reading your chapter. So come on, Coach Pam.
Yeah, so it's good you asked me that question because I just kind of gave it a thought, right? This week. And for me I don't want to give too much away from what's in my chapter, but I think that one of the things people are going to find is that my journey to getting into tech was not really inspired by an actual person. I watched a movie when I was 15, and the movie made such an impact in me. It was kind of like when CGI and all the computer effects were kind of becoming more popular, more mainstream, right? And it had such a profound impact on me. And I said, you know what? I think this is going to change the world. I think like IT is going to change the world. And so that's where it all started from, because I definitely knew I was going to go into STEM for sure. Like I knew that for sure. But I was too young to figure out like what kind of engineer. And I played around with aeronautical, like civil. I wasn't sure. And it was that movie. I was like, you know what? It's computer engineering for me. And that really made it. So what do I want people to take away? I think that I want them to realize that inspiration could really come from anywhere, right? Like you can get inspired by just about anything, right? So, be open-minded, especially when you are getting experiences. We all can get inspired by just about anything in the world. And look at that. I watched the movie 15-year-old me. And that movie I watched has kind of led to this great career with the awards and now a book. And for me, I read a lot. Like I was that kid that my parents didn't need to tell to read. I was like, I love books. I actually say I'm obsessed about books. Beside my bed, there's stacks of books. I like to see them. Sometimes I don't read them because we're adults, right?
You just like the look and the feel of it, huh?
Yeah, now because I'm an adult, like there's so much to do. But when I was a kid, like I would go through like books, right? I still try to read, but I don't read as much as I used to. And so for me, like being a young girl who voraciously read, I'm so excited that I'm in my own book. Like, look at me. Who would have thought that if, decades down the line, I'll be writing my own book.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Yes, indeed. Being that 15-year-old, we're going to have you to kind of chat to her a little bit before we leave. Those of you that are tuning in, right here. You see these fabulous women on our at our virtual table. And yes, it is the ladies in tech, the contributing authors that are embarking and part of this phenomenal book. And it is really a movement, as we've had these previous conversations with the visionary author Kenyatta. And Kenyatta powers Rucker, who is the visionary author. And they're just sharing some amazing information. Listen, stick around. Go ahead and put about 5 names in. Share it out. We're going to be sharing it on the back end. And we're going to have our next contributing author come on, Mary Austin, if you will. Come on and talk to us.
Slowly trying to unmute myself here. So I call myself a techie. I've been a techie at heart. I think probably before I knew it, right? So I got into technology, was inspired. Actually, was also heading in a medical career, and I realized that growing up in a rural village in Nigeria, I didn't know how to type. Right, so I came to the United States, and I had homework, and I went into the library. I was supposed to type up my homework, and every kid was just typing. I couldn't figure out where the letters were on the keyboard. I was like pointing A here, B there. So from that day on, I'm like, I'm gonna figure out what this thing is, and that's how I switched my major from medical field to computer science and went on to get my degree in computer science and have, started out as a coder and have held several leadership roles in technology. But the reason I wanted to be part of this book is to be that voice and to be that advocate and that empowerment voice that can help little girls like me that grew up not knowing what a computer was to then leading really large enterprises through technology transformation. So that's one of the things that drove me, and till today I continue to be that mentor, that voice, that advocate for young, especially Black girls that want to see themselves in my role. So it's an amazing opportunity to kind of give a little tidbit into that 25 years experience in technology. And so looking forward to to dig into that more and kind of share more about my background as we get into the book.
I love it. I want to pick up, Becky, as you talked about the shift. Would each of you also say that you have seen a shift? And what is that shift? Is it that there is more room, that there's chairs being pushed over so we could be at the table? Talk about that shift.
Well, when I talk about a shift in technology, in particular, the healthcare technology space that Anoliefo Healthcare Concepts lives, we see the importance, a patient's journey. You have your medical doctors, your nurses, all your clinicians, pharmacists, all kind of clinical individuals in the medical profession. They're running to the call. They're answering the call of technology and digital transformation.
Yes.
In a split second to make a decision to save a life, with technology supporting it, moving patients through a patient journey and saving lives and making healthcare a lot better and more robust. They answer the call to technology. They're stepping forward. They're leaving sometimes the bedside, and they're doing both roles with seeing patients in optimizing technology and giving that subject matter expertise to make sure the technology supports their workflows in the patient's journey. So there's been a call of action, even with the pandemic before that, a call of action to a lot of leaders to come together, and even from the government top down with the high-tech ruling, to make things more digitized, right? And more innovative. And so there is a call and a movement that's happening in the healthcare IT space, even in the background, that people are really answering that call and stepping up and doing wonderful things to support our healthcare community. So there is a call of action, a shift.
Yes, there is. And one of the things that we recognize is that everything that we do, from putting a cup of coffee, a cup under the coffee pot, and now it just comes out. You don't have to pour it through the craft and all of that subject matter, to the greatest of things, as you mentioned, because being aware that everything is functioned by technology. And we may not give it a second thought. And the reason is because I think that we just kind of operate on faith, or operate on the instance of knowing that it's going to work. Well, you all are the ones that's helping it work, or making it work, or sitting at the table, causing the change and things to be more effective, and finding out why there may be a bug in it and it's not operating, and things to that nature. I tell you, this is just so fascinating. It really, truly is. Jehnae, tell me what, again, your field is.
Yes, I'm a human systems engineer at the Patuxent River Naval Air Station.
Okay.
I'm also, and I'm finishing up my doctorate. So, so yeah, I do. I guess I'm on the academia side, and I'm on the industry side. And I guess you can say the shift for me. I don't know. I guess I feel like my generation is more so. Well, I don't want to say my generation. I'll just speak for myself. I don't want to speak for everybody else. But for me, like, I'm a part of the people that
one
are
of your
like
co-authors is more like you too, and I'm gonna tell you who that is in a minute. Y'all talk about the generations, and yes, I will tell you who that is in a minute. But go ahead.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I guess I'm more so the type of person where I'm I'm not waiting for a seat. I'm not waiting for an introduction. I'm going to go in there and they're going to know who I am.
You
That's the
sound
type of
like
person I am.
Carrie.
I've always been like that. Yeah, my mom, it was so funny. My mom was the one who commented. That's my mom. Shout out to my mom. Ever since I was younger, she's always said that that's the type of person I am. And it's so funny now because as I'm getting older and, you know, we talk so much more and she's like, you know, I told you this when you were younger. Of course, you don't believe them, you know, because they, you know, whatever, they don't know anything.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, oh my God, you were right. But even so, like, even, you know, in school, you're just putting myself like, you know, I'm the only one in my cohort out of 289 of us, only Black female in my cohort. And so like, I remember like the first day walking in orientation and I'm very expressive in my fashion. And so like, I had this really long, like blazer that was like dragging the ground. I had like these 6-inch platforms. Like I was killing the game. I walked in there, everyone was looking at me. I was looking at them like, yes, I have arrived. We can start.
I'm here.
You know, and even down in like in the industry role, you know, all of the guys in the shop, you know, they're all gentlemen. And so when I walked in there, when we finally came back from COVID, like the first day, they were like, oh, they're like, this is you. They're like, we see, you know, you can see you on Teams, but you know, it really doesn't give us the full effect. But when you walk in the door, you like, everyone was like, oh, okay, or let's get our work done. Let's do what we need to do. I was like, y'all are playing games with me because y'all was talking, you know, in this email, but now I'm here. Let's get it started. Let's do what we came here to do. Yes. So that's the type of person I am. That's the shift that I will continue to make and will continue to do when I walk into spaces that are, you know, not meant for us or, you know, that historically weren't meant for us. So yeah, that's my shift.
I love it. I love it. I can see your girl students, if they were seeing like, go, that's it. That's our t-shirt. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they definitely have it. One of my students does go to University of Maryland, so I get to see her when I'm walking down the hallway and they're like, yes, Miss Linkins. I'm like, oh my God, please do not say that. Just say Jehnae like everybody else. It's so funny. So I get to see a couple of them down in College Park. So I am definitely grateful of that. So yeah, they get to see me in action. I used to talk all this stuff and now they get to actually see me. They're like, oh wow, you were serious. I'm like, yeah, like this is what I do.
I love it. I love it. Coach Pam, yes, and Beauty Queen. I also heard Beauty Queen. Who's got the crown?
That is I. That is me, Jehnae. Yeah, we can talk about that after Coach Pam goes. But yeah, I do beauty pageants. So yeah, just inserting myself into these spaces that are historically made for blonde, blue-eyed beauties. But now we have Black melanin goddesses. So here I am.
Absolutely. She's just proud of you, sweetheart. I think that's mommy, right?
That is my.
And then we have Nisha in our audience as well. So absolutely. Those of you again that are tuning in, I know you're sharing it out. We are just having an amazing conversation with these phenomenal women who are definitely breaking the glass ceiling. That right there is my theme of the night. We're breaking glass ceilings. You're meeting them, hearing them. And knowing is that you may not know them personally, but now you may think a little differently whenever you go to get in your car and the bell starts going off and it lets you know, or you get out of the car and it's still dinging. You left the keys in there. These ladies may have had something to do with that. And we now have Pamela, Coach Pam, and I believe you did share though. I'm going to go over to Mary. Is that all right?
Not yet. I think
Okay, and I'm gonna come back to you, Pam. Mary, if you will, come on and share a little bit about what you do in the industry as well, and about Shift for you. What does
Absolutely. So I've been in the role where I've been driving most of the shifts in terms of the technology strategy. Meeting with the business leaders, the technology leaders, and creating those technology roadmaps that helps to build those products before they get to the market. Like you said earlier on, the foundation of every business today is technology. That's where the shift is. And until so most of the conversations I have are around that area, like working with the business stakeholders to understand that for their products to be successful in the market, we have to have the technology discussion and the roadmap on how we get there. So leading those type of conversation, creating product roadmaps, making sure that the execution of those products actually happen for the products to make it to the market is where I live in currently in my day-to-day life is driving that type of change and those type of conversations to bring newest technology right now, working on creating a lot of the new UI, AI use cases, generative AI use cases to launch some of our products. So those are the conversations that I'm having, emerging technologies. How do we use that to bring our products to the market? So strategically from a technology perspective, I'm guiding those conversations that the business owners are paying attention to and making sure that they create their products around technology before it hits the market.
Oh, I love it. Let me see. I'm on mute. Oh, there I am. Yes, I wanted to make sure I wasn't on mute and I was talking and I'm not. Okay, because we're sharing it out with the audience. We want to let our audience know about you amazing ladies. Well, there is the summit that is coming up. I do want to share information about that. And then when we come back from hearing from our sponsor of today's broadcast and this evening's broadcast is by the couple that has a book called the Cookbook. It's a healing cookbook, and they use food as that source of healing. So as I go ahead and bring them up, we are talking about Dr. Katandria Demps and her husband, Keith Demps. And the book is called Cooking to Heal. And if you will, just stay for a moment, and we will be hearing from our sponsor.
Today's podcast is brought to you by KLD Consultors, featuring their latest ebook, Cooking to Heal, a Christian couple's devotional journal authored by #1 bestsellers Mr. Keith L. and Dr. Katandria L. Demps. This spiritual cookbook was written to offer 5 simple ways to help Christian married couples improve their relationships. Cooking to Heal helps couples to grow spiritually healthy, improve nutritional health, increase intimacy, have more efficient meal planning, and decrease stress with daily caregiving duties. To help you create the most out of your dinner, marriage, and prayer, go to https://www.cookingtohealbook.com. Pick up your copy today.
Yes, the book is called Cooking to Heal. Just simply go to www.cookingtohealbook.com. Again, that is www.cookingtohealbook.com. And we're so grateful to have them as one of our sponsors. At this time, we're going to hear from the authors as they share. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about the summit, and we're going to do that. But I want to give them an opportunity to let us know what can we expect from their chapter. And Becky, we'll go ahead and start with you. All right, so go ahead and take a few minutes, and then go ahead and give your plug about the upcoming book release. Yes.
Well, actually, I can just reveal a little bit about a little snippet. So the title of my chapter is very impactful: Making Your Mark in Healthcare IT. So if you can visualize that, how do you make your mark in healthcare IT? So more to come with that. And it's going to be an exciting, exhibit of what to expect and a lot of takeaways for the readers. So I'm super excited about the opportunity.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes, I love it. You're right. It just kind of leaves you in suspense. It makes you do want to go ahead and get the book for a number of reasons, and that will be on the list. We do want to say hello to our visionary author. She is in the room, yes, supporting the authors, and she says, "Hey, ladies, I'm so happy for all of you." And yes, indeed. And we say hello to Dr. Kathy L. Amos, who is the CEO of Business Empowered in Mississippi and the creator of the Best of Mississippi Awards. And so thank you so much, Dr. Kathy, for being in the audience. And Mary, what can we expect to hear from you in this chapter? And do you want to go ahead and share about the book release?
Yes, I'm so excited and looking forward to this book release. Everybody needs to get their tickets and be in the room. There's going to be so much golden nuggets from all these beautiful women and to empower all of us. But the story that people are going to learn from my chapter is going to be a journey of, both positive and negatives and how I was able to overcome those through resilience, right? So that's what people are looking to hear, and some ways on how they can leverage some of what I've done to help them in their own journeys as they journey in this arena of ours called technology. So looking very excited and looking forward to it.
See, I love it when I have this kind of, when our guests will say something and it'll spark a question. So Becky, I kind of flow like this because a lot of times everyone, they like to know, okay, so what's expected? What do we do? So when you all say things, that's just how I'm wired, is that you will actually help guide the conversation. We haven't talked about any challenges that you ladies have come up against. Mm-hmm. And I would love for us to have a small discussion about that, about some of the challenges in your respective fields. Because I'm sure you've had those challenges. You've had some challenges. It hasn't been, as they say, a bed of roses. So thank you, Mary, for saying that one thing, because we're going to kind of go in that direction here. Coach Pam, why don't we go ahead and start there? What have been some of the challenges for you?
There's two that come to mind. I think the first one, and I shared a bit about it in my chapter, is being in a role and then for all the effort you put, you don't get promoted. Like it almost seems like you start to doubt yourself and say, like, am I really enough? Like, do I know my stuff? But then sometimes you have to believe yourself. You have to become your own cheerleader. I mean, I experienced that in my career at a point in time, for all the effort I put in, not promoted, being passed over. But one of the things I did was I didn't stay a victim. I continue to upskill. I continue to be relevant, because I told myself, and I had conversations with my dad and said, because when that opportunity comes, I want to be ready. I don't want to say because I was passed over and I got depressed and I didn't do all of the stuff. So I still got involved in self-development, certification, all paid, because I was so sure that the right opportunity would come and I would be ready for it. And that's what happened. And that's why my career is thriving. Another one would be, I moved to Canada 6 years ago. I moved from Nigeria. So I'm a new immigrant in a new country, no family, no nothing, right? Like, so I didn't have a network. I had to build my network from scratch 6 years ago. So those are some of the challenges. A new immigrant, you're an adult immigrant. I didn't come here as a young kid. So I didn't have time to build my network. I came here with kids. So being able to do all of that in such a short space of time as an immigrant was also a challenge. Like, and also sometimes being the only Black woman in the room, sometimes not only just being the only Black woman in the room, I'm in tech. Sometimes you're the only woman on that project. Wow. With lots of men. And so you have to sometimes like share your opinions twice as much. You have to put in 150% when some people put 50% to get the same result.
That's good. Thank you for that. Thank you for the transparency, because hey, you all know these ladies have had to possibly, and I'm pretty sure, and we've had this discussion with the other authors, is that you really had to work a little bit harder than, say, your counterparts, simply because you're a Black female. And that is what this book is going to be sharing about, how you have changed the face of technology. Jehnae, come on and share with us, what can we expect from what you're going to be contributing?
Yeah, so for my chapter, so the title is entitled Embracing the Multidimensionality of Technology, A Journey in STEAM. And so pretty much it just like kind of goes through, my like life, not necessarily my life, but like my journey. So like college, having my first, I call it quote unquote, big girl job. What else? It talks about my pageantry and how that, also relates back to, to being a woman in technology. So what else? I just talk about a lot of everything. So honestly, everyone will get like a real true taste of who Jehnae is. Yeah, and I'll give what else do I have? I don't want to give too much. I just want them to read it, because I'm just trying not to say anything, because I don't.
We don't want you to give it away either.
Yeah, I don't want to give it away. So there, yeah, you're just gonna have to read it. But it's some good tips in there. Helpful hints. And I guess the one thing that I will talk about that I put in the book as well, is that one thing I do struggle with is imposter syndrome, especially being, like the only Black female sometimes in the room, majority of the time. And I don't know, it's just like, I still struggle with it now. And it's just like, I don't know why, because I'm here. I'm in the room. Like I made the room. Like I'm here, And so
do you like constantly have to, not constantly, but there are some days that, and I think Coach Pam even talked about being your own cheerleader, having to talk yourself, that thought will come in, and you have to say, no, girl, we got it. I got you, say girl, but
I have a whole like hype myself up playlist before I walk into the building. Like I start playing it. I start playing it like it's exactly like 13 minutes and like 52 seconds long. So I know that at the specific, like it's a couple lights down from like when I drive in on the base. Like I know I got to start playing it at this light, because that'll get me hyped to get into the building, because I already know when I walk in there. So yeah, I have my hype girl playlist. I got to get myself, out of that space, because it's like, I belong here, obviously, because I wouldn't be here if I didn't. So that's,
everybody talks about self-care, as you were talking about that. Becky, share with us how important that is for women that are in the industry.
I think that as women, we're so many things. We're mothers, we're partners, we're sisters, we're just everything, right? We're ministers, for me in particular. I think we have to be so many things. We have to switch off all the noise to go into a meeting. We have to show up authentically, right? And so I think for me, I've realized that self-care means putting prioritizations around mental health, right? Having boundaries, right? Knowing when to say no, to back up and say, okay, I've done enough for the day or for the week. And have those boundaries. And in particular in the healthcare IT space, healthcare, you can burn out really quickly, even leading teams and running a business, because everything is like, hurry up and get it done with excellence, because there's a patient attached to it. So I think understanding that self-care, and I think a little bit by piggybacking on what the other ladies are saying about, I'm translated it into not being comfortable. How do you get to the next level, and how do you keep going?
Yes.
And going through every day, going through everything that you go through and you experience in life. How do you lessen the noise, increase the focus, and move forward, and not take things personally? And the women were very emotional. But one of my main mentors was a top VP of a healthcare system. He told me early on, he trained me, as a mentor, very strong. Don't take a lot of emotions in the room as a female leader, because you are educated, double masters, you're highly educated, you're skilled. And then one of my mentors told me, you're very bright, Becky. You won't take 20-something years to reach this level. Don't compromise. So I think embracing my self-care, knowing that I have a seat at the table, or I make a seat at the table, I don't look at me, I'm an African-American woman and I don't deserve to be here. I look at that I'm seasoned. I've went through the trenches and I have the bruises and the scars, and I'm here for battle every day to show up authentically. So that's what I look at. And I want to give that to people and give them strength as I mentor young and old in the offices where we cried, people, didn't get promotions because they were somewhere for 20 years and didn't have a master's degree, helping them to craft an email to negotiate their salary as we cried and prayed together. Those things to me give me motivation to stand out and say, we can do this and move forward. Can't hear you.
I think you're muted.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. You're muted.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'm sorry about that. I was commenting on what you were saying, Becky, and one of the things I said was having that sisterhood. It is that moment where you are there to hold your sister up in prayer. You see the tear and she may be saying, no, nothing's going on. Yes, girl. Yes, sister. Let's pray about this.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the things that visionary author Kenyatta has talked about in our interview in the past, and then other ladies, as I interview all of you in this journey, is that you've talked about the importance of being there for each other, being there for another woman, and then being there for another woman of color. I think that is so important. And then we talk about the next generation, being there, mentoring young ladies, because again, most of them say, okay, well, be a teacher. But now we know, okay, it's cool to be a science teacher, not just a teacher, but go ahead and go for those academics of science and math, but be the science teacher. Yes, indeed. But I'm loving it. You all are phenomenal. Well, we're going to shift a little bit and talk about the upcoming event because, and yes, Kenyatta, she says that prayer certainly got me through many of my professional challenges. Absolutely. As I say, prayer, and we know the Bible says pray without ceasing for sure. And that's one of the things. We've got our hype music going in when we're going and going through the gate for the government. And that's a lot on your shoulder. Then we're talking about having a patient attached to what you do. It takes your thought process into another realm. But then there is the celebratorial times, that celebrating time where you and of course we got AI coming on. They would have to just bring AI. Mary, I'm talking. Yes. And I love it how she says how to incorporate that before they release product. Oh my goodness, I'm just loving it. Those of you that are tuning in, we are having such an amazing conversation. I am enjoying being with the ladies here this evening as we talk about ladies in tech. These women are in technology. You all know there is nothing that we're doing now in this world that does not include some form of technology. And you want to certainly put it on, y'all know what I tell you to do. Put it on a poster, put it on your head, put it on your refrigerator, put it in your phone, put the date on there, because something's about to happen over in the month of March. And of course, March is known as Women's History Month. So we are going to talk about what's about to happen in Maryland. It is never going to be the same. And so we are talking, I want to share my screen. Who's going to be there? Any of you ladies? Yes.
I can't miss it.
Yes. Okay. So I'm because I'm coming. Yes. I'm so looking forward to this. When I share it with Kenyatta that Lord placed it on my heart. She's been introducing you all to me. This is going into year 2. So I've been on this journey. I said, I think I need to be in a room with these ladies for sure. So Kenyatta has put up, yes, get your tickets. And we're going to definitely Audience, you do want to get these tickets. There it is. We've already put the link up. Get your tickets right here. Click onto that link. Those of you that are following and listening to us tonight on Facebook or our YouTube channel, or following these ladies, click onto that link. Meet us in Townsend, Maryland. Yes, you want to be in the room in Townsend, Maryland. It is March the 23rd, 2024. From 12 o'clock p.m. until 3 o'clock p.m. You want to be where there is going to be speakers, inspiring speakers, hearing from these authors themselves and other influential figures in the tech industry. There's also networking opportunities, panel discussions, and of course, the book signing. Anyone want to, mics are open, go ahead, make a pitch or go ahead and invite these folks on over to anybody.
I'm going to host the panel discussion, and you don't want to miss that. The questions that the ladies have are going to be asked. We'll dig deeper into what they've done in their careers, how that sage advice can help you get to the next stage. So be sure to be in the room for the panel discussion. Looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Anyone next?
Yeah, be there or be square. We're gonna have vendors. We're gonna have giveaways, gift cards, VIP access, meet the authors, get your book signed, pictures with the greatness, the melanated goddesses that we are. Yeah, just why would you not want to be there? Why would you not?
Why would you not? Absolutely. I would even say if that you are in this area, I always tell them if you're at least an hour drive, or make it a girls' weekend. Go ahead, book those flights, do the bus party or whatever thing that they do. But yes, book that weekend. Come on, be in Maryland the weekend of March the 23rd. And Townsend, Maryland, so that you can be in this space, because Kenyatta will probably be unpacking something that you all may not even know about. But there's always that element of surprise. You'll be meeting authors from the volume 1 as well as volume 2, speakers, as we mentioned, also the book signing opportunity as well. And so what we're going to ask each of the ladies to go ahead and just make your last appeal and tell us how we can follow you social media wise, and to have them to look out for this book. And Becky, we'll go ahead and start with you.
Just a name you'll always remember. Audrey Becky Chambers Robinson. Google me. You can get me on LinkedIn, Facebook, and you can message me, and I'm always available at your disposal. So come out and be blessed, and you're not alone. You don't have to go alone on this technological journey. Come out so we can support you. We want to give back, and we want to support you. So show up. We're here to support you and walk you through your journey.
Absolutely. And Coach Pam?
Hey everyone, so I will be flying in to Maryland from Canada. So if I'm going to have to make that flight, you better be there. So really, really looking forward to meeting everyone, be inspired. I can't wait to meet the other ladies who are in the US, because I'm, always looking to expand my network, learn from everybody, because, like I said, inspiration comes from anywhere, and I'm looking forward to meeting everybody and learning from them.
Absolutely. And Mary,
and you can follow me on my social media platforms. So my coaching business is Red Lux Consulting. So that's REDLUXE Consulting. So you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and of course you can follow me on LinkedIn at Pamela Anoliefo.
Okay. And if you will, Coach Pam, go ahead and put it in the private chat. We want to put it in the comments. So anyone that's listening to the replay, they will be able to click on it and find you guys. And we have Jehnae, if you will, come on and share. I think you did though, right? Oh, well, come on.
I think you called me.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'll just share my social medias. So Instagram, You can follow me at Jehnae Jasmine PhD or Jehnae Jasmine _PhD or Jehnae Linkins Crown Pageantry. My website is jlgconsulting.com. Google me. You can find me anywhere. You'll see like random pictures of me holding prosthetic devices. So that if you see a picture like that, that's me, because I used to make prosthetic devices. So you'll find me.
Okay. Awesome. I'm just sharing my screen here.
I didn't go yet, Sandy. So
okay, please come on. Yes.
Yeah. So Mary Austin, you can find me on LinkedIn, or you can find me through empowermentserieswithmary.com, where you get all the empowerment and inspirations of the things I do outside of my regular job. But I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, but you can find me by just my name, Mary Austin.
Okay, and same with the other ladies, you're going to put that in the chat and we will make sure that it is in the comments. I'm going to share my screen one more time and we'll be wrapping it up here. I believe each of you have shared what you would like for the readers to walk away with after reading a portion of your chapter, but just coming together, get the book. I believe that this book, again, I always tell our audience and those that are listening, is that you all know I do recommendations of books for your toolbox and for your reading. And a book that I believe that will be the book of the year. And not just simply because Kenyatta is a consistent author that brings on her authors and she supports our platform. But I believe after interviewing these ladies, this is a book, whether you're in the tech field or not, I believe that you're going to learn and glean from their success stories, their challenges, their how they've overcome. You may not be in the tech world yourself. However, you may be in leadership, you may be a coach, and you can learn, glean, or find, hey, you're not the only one that a woman in this status has also gone through some of the same challenges, and then you'll be able to read how she overcame. And so, yes, Kenyatta, this is going to be the book of the year for sure. We want to put this book in your hands because it's definitely going to be a #1 bestseller. And tonight we are, the ladies are putting their information in the chat. You're following us. And just want to share my screen here, give you a little snippet if you're joining us for the first time tonight listen, here are some of the ladies from last year. Okay. As you can see, they had the event table, book signing. They are on the book signing, and the laughter and just the camaraderie of coming together. And these amazing women, and I understand that there is this lady here that Kenyatta is with, and they say that she was one of the oldest persons that was in the first book, and how you all are standing on her shoulders. She was in tech many years ago, and she says that she's going to be in the house again this year. And so we are certainly looking forward to a great time. So as we wrap it up, any last words? We'll start with Becky. Any last words that you would like to say? And then we will go to Coach Pam and do our round robin that way.
I would just say, just believe in yourself. Just take actionable steps to grow in technology and grow your network, and just believe in yourself. Reaffirm every day that you can do this and you can succeed. Believe.
Believe for sure. Yes. And Coach Pam.
So I just wanted to say to everybody out there, right? Like, if you ever been thinking about getting into technology and think it's tough, I would say, change your mind. Technology is here to stay. It's evergreen. And, the sooner you take notice and get into the career, the better. Mute.
I'm sorry about that, ladies.
Oh.
And we have Mary, you want to go ahead, and then Janine, you can wrap it up.
Technology is here to stay. Get to know it. Be friends with it. be inquisitive, be curious, and learn. Even if you don't want to pursue the field of technology, you're going to use a product that will require you to know a little bit of something about technology. Your phone, like you mentioned before, your kitchen equipment, these days, even your doors, everything is controlled by technology. So be curious, be inquisitive, just get to know and be familiar with the new technologies out there.
Yes, indeed. And Jehnae, if you will.
Yes, ma'am. I would like to just say for everyone out there, don't adjust your crown. That is my nonprofit, my platform. And so essentially just embrace the week with confidence, for you wear your crown of resilience, strength, and grace. Let it shine and let nothing dim your light for your inner royalty. So don't adjust your crown.
I love it. Well, ladies, thank y'all for coming. I appreciate it. I had so much fun. See, you all have to know is that we do something different on each interview because the ladies have their own personalities. They have their own gem. But I tell you, they got their own sparkle. However, these ladies are ladies in tech. And after you finish seeing all of the interviews, they'll be back with me. I don't have my schedule, but they'll be back with me the week of the 23rd. They're on a Monday and a Tuesday. We're going to split it up into a 2-night interview. We're going to come, celebrate, hear from these phenomenal ladies in the month of March. So do put it out on your calendar. We'll be putting a schedule out so that you will know and you can, again, continue to follow these amazing women. If you do want to follow them, we've put their information in the comments. And we do want you to reach out to them, follow them, and follow the ladies in tech. Follow Kenyatta. You can find her on Facebook, just simply Kenyatta Powers Rucker, known as the Lady in Tech. I also put in the chat as well her website link. And also, we want you to meet us in Maryland. We want you to be there. Get your early bird ticket. Go to the website, get your early bird ticket, because we want you to be in that space on March the 23rd for the amazing summit. Meet these phenomenal women. I am Sandy Sanders. It has truly been a delight to share this space with these incredible women. And as always, you guys know that I love you. Keep shining. Keep doing what you're doing. Join me on Sunday evening for our author reading tour. I do want to share my screen one more time. I want you to see this amazing, amazing author that will be joining me on Sunday evening. So bear with me here for 1 second. And while I'm doing that, anybody forget something that they wanted to say, this is your time now. Okay, bear with me here. I will be, where is, there he is. So we are going to share my screen here and you will see. There we go. Okay. This is our author that will be coming through. It is none other than Charles Humphrey Jr., Pastor Charles Humphrey Jr. He is an author, pastor, speaker, community advocate out of California. He will be sharing the book called Brilliant Marriage. It is the 4 C's of a brilliant marriage, the secrets to radiance and resilience. So join me on, we've been doing the tour. We will continue to do the author reading tour where the authors come on and they read excerpts from their books, their solo projects or anthology book projects. But we will look forward to hearing from Pastor Charles as he shares his 4 C's of a brilliant marriage. So join me on Sunday evening at 6:00 p.m. Central Standard Time and 4:00 p.m. Pacific. And that will be 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. And so as always, you guys know that I love you. Be blessed. Have an amazing, amazing evening. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining me. Becky, thank you. Coach Pam, thank you so Janine, thank you for coming through. And Mary, thank you for coming through. And as always, Kenyatta, you know I love you. Thank you always for your support. And all of the other authors, if you've been tuning in, thank you. And I cannot wait to meet you as well as interview you if I haven't had an opportunity. Listen, take care, guys, and have a blessed evening. Ladies, stay with me in the back room, if you will.